Hello everyone, welcome back. Happy Thursday. In this video, I'm going to talk about a call on a potential Marchman Act case that I got. So I had a call from a family. I guess the adult daughter had called me. Her brother had been arrested, and he'd been arrested because he got involved in a bit of a shoving match with their father. Nobody got hurt, but the brother got arrested. They charged him with domestic violence. He was being held in a county jail, and they had been referred to me to talk about doing a Marchman Act. And I said, we could do a Marchman Act. In fact, maybe this could be the best time to do it. I'll get a court order, and then, the father has a right to drop the criminal case because he's the victim in the case. And I'll get a court order so that the minute the case is dropped and he's eligible for release from the jail, we'll take him straight to an assessment center. I'll have, we'll have deputies from the corrections center of the jail take him right there. We'll get him assessed, and then we'll have a hearing to get him to treatment. I said, this is perfect. We know where he is. A week went by. I hadn't heard from them. I called them back, and I said, give me a progress report. And she said that they decided that they were going to allow the state to handle this. And I said, what do you mean? So here's what happened, okay? And I speak from the perspective of a former prosecutor. I was a prosecutor for 5 years. I did defense for probably close to 10. So I know the criminal system very well. And what happened was, instead of dropping the charges, the father said, I know, I'll have him plead guilty to domestic violence. And as a condition of him pleading guilty, he's going to go to treatment. So the court had the son plead guilty, and as a condition of probation, he's now being sent to treatment. And I said, why did you do that? And they said, well, it was free. I said, no, it's not free. I said, he now potentially has a conviction that's going to follow him for the rest of his life. It's going to affect his ability to get a job. It's going to affect his ability to vote. It's going to affect his ability to own a firearm. All of these things are potential consequences of allowing the state to do something that, frankly, the family should have done. This was something the family could have handled. They could have filed a Marchman Act. Instead, they've allowed the state to do what they should have done. And now this young man has a potential conviction following him around for the rest of his life, and it could potentially affect him for the rest of his life. It could affect his ability to put food on the table and take care of his family. And so sometimes I get upset. It bothers me because this is what we do. And I've said in other videos, the family has to be responsible for the person who has an issue. You cannot allow the state to do this. And if he violates probation, you know what's happening? He's going back to jail. And I don't know if this was a felony case, but if it was, he could end up in a state penitentiary. And if you think there aren't any drugs in jail or in prison, let me tell you, there are. I've had clients in custody, in federal custody, and there are plenty of drugs in jail, in prison. And so it just saddens me. Stop, please, please, please stop asking the state to fix a problem that is the family's responsibility, because if the state does it, you won't like the results. And if the state's doing it, you got no control. You have to take care of your loved ones, and you have to make the decision to save them. Otherwise, this unfortunately is one of the consequences. And remember, I've always said, there's only 3 options: treatment, prison, the morgue. That's it. Well, he's already been to jail, and now he's potentially risking more jail. And will he get through treatment in the criminal system? He might do, but guess what happens if he doesn't? They'll violate his probation. They'll put him in jail. They could send him to prison. So it seems like sort of a cheap way to get through this, but it's not. The long-term consequences of this are going to haunt this young man, and it's just not right. I'm sorry. In any event, I want to share this with you. If you want to talk about how you, the family, can save your loved one, I'm here to talk to you, and I'm happy to share any resources that we have. Thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye.